Hey everybody, welcome back to Play the Game HQ, and it feels like a big welcome back because we have not been around for a while.
We haven't. I'm Allison. This is Daniel.
Oh yeah, I'm Daniel, Allison. We're Play the Game HQ, if you've forgotten, because it's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, so sorry for the...
busy already. Busy and not busy at the same time.
It's been a lot. So we went to Gamma Expo. I went to Gamma Expo in April. And that triggered a kind of unexpected hiatus for like the last month and a half. We had a couple, like our Gamma wrap-up video, had a couple things come up that really just pushed us to now to be able to start shooting again. So in this video, we're going to go through kind of where we've been, give you a couple updates on that, but also lay out, we have some really exciting plans for the coming months. We have a Castle Panic winner that we're going to tell you about in just a minute. Go through some of the games that we've been playing, but really just want to give an update on what to expect and kind of what's coming that's really exciting. And I think it's
Do you want to go ahead and do the Castle Panic winner? Since you kind of already announced it in the comments.
Yeah. Christian Childress, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good job, Christian. You won the Castle Panic Big Box giveaway. Go find your comment on the Castle Panic giveaway video. I have responded to it, given you instructions for how to let me know who you are and where to send this to. Also, be sure to respond to that comment once you have emailed me, so that I know that it's not some rando just emailing me claiming to be you. So respond from the same account. Don't respond from a different account. That would be sus.
Yeah, that would be sus. Okay, so where we've been.
Yeah.
Like you said, you went to Gamma, did our kind of recap in that, but even before, because you posted the recap late.
Yeah, I posted the recap late. So
when you posted it, our studio was broken down.
Yeah, well, I put up a couple lines. But yeah, so we went to Gamma.
I'm saying when you posted it, you did, because you filmed it before that, right?
No, I filmed that after.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So we went to the Gamma Expo, came back, I did. And then in May, we got to go and shoot with All Play for their upcoming, they have a table and shelf Kickstarter coming up in July and like next week. So we got to do a lot of product photography and videography for that. Had a lot of fun with them. They're a great company, great people, really enjoyed that. But that was
we got to go up there. We took Emma with us. She was 4 months at the time. Was she? She was almost 5. She was 5 months at the time. Almost 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's almost 6 months now.
Yeah.
But we got to go to a studio that is there in Kansas City, Missouri, and got to kind of just film and go through. It was 3 full days, and it was crazy. And then came back here, did some more white box for them, did white box on the tables, did white box for their bags and their play mats, and that was a lot of fun. And then right after that, I had surgery.
Well, that also why that delayed us is we had to take pretty much every single light out of the studio, all of our stay. We had to pretty much tear apart the studio other than the table and like the permanent stuff. But that was a big shoot. It required pretty much all of our equipment. So we came back from that not having the ability to shoot because we didn't have the studio set up. And also, if you want to see, we created some really fun stuff for that. Allison did an awesome job shooting that. So if you want to see some of our photography and some of our more product video type work, be sure to check out that Kickstarter. Once that launches, we'll leave a link below. They have a new table coming that is more affordable. Their tables are already pretty affordable, but it's a lower price point table, a little bit smaller, still has great features, all the cup holders and accessories and stuff. But there's some cool stuff coming in that Kickstarter. So,
there is.
So yeah, that, and then you had surgery.
I had surgery, and this surgery, it was, I mean, I just say it's a hysterectomy because we had a surprise baby and we're done. She was our exclamation point. We're done. But this surgery has taken it out of me in a way I was not prepared for.
We were blindsided by how difficult this has been.
So I'm 3 weeks out as of when this is posting. And I'm still dealing with a lot of pain. I'm getting better as of yesterday. I felt like yesterday was the best I felt since the surgery, but I'm still dealing with a lot of pain, which required a lot more of you. So he wasn't able to film the way he wanted to, jump on some videos the way he wanted to, because I really needed him home to help me, especially with Emma and just with the boys and maintaining the house.
Yeah. So we're back to kind of getting back into the swing of things. That also means we haven't been playing a lot of games because just haven't been in a gaming mood. So we're back now. Should be on a fairly regular schedule.
Oh, there's one other thing that I did want to say that I did before I had surgery because it's so cool. And let's see if I'm able to pick it up.
Is it under 10 pounds?
Is it?
I don't know. It's big.
It's big. I did photos for Sagrada Artisans. Oh, yeah, you don't have an overhead camera. I did photos for Sagrada Artisans. This game is beautiful, and it's going to start shipping out to the backers soon. I did white box for it, and I did a lifestyle for it, and some showcase stuff. It was so fun to photograph. It's just a gorgeous, it's a legacy game, and I don't know. No, every angle you look at it, it's like stained glass. Yeah,
the foil on the box is really cool. It's a gorgeous game. It's a really good it's a really good legacy adaptation of Sagrada. Really excited to see this one getting out in the world because I think the people that back this are going to be very happy with what they're getting. It's really great.
We haven't we played enough of it and able to take some photos of it, but we haven't like really dived into the legacy part of it.
We had to
kind of
because we didn't have to fake.
We played it.
We're stickler. You're especially a stickler for when you're shooting stuff that is accurate.
It needs to be accurate, especially for games because people look at photos to be like set up their gameplay. Like a lot of people are visual learners versus like reading a rule book. I'm kind of the same way, and so I want you to be able to look at photos of a game set up and have that represent what you have on your table. That's very important to me. So I wanted to make sure everything was correct during the photos.
So we played half of the first scenario and then put it away and took it to the lifestyle shoot so that it would be filled out halfway and accurately.
Yeah.
And then I handed off my great score to someone else, and they hopefully did good with it. But
who had yours?
Devin had mine.
Devin had yours.
He
messed up a couple times. We had to fix it.
Gosh. I don't know. I'll fix it. I'll recover. But so we're excited. We have a couple more little things that we need to shoot with it, and then we can actually play it and play through it. It is so good. It's so
gorgeous.
It's Sagrada, but with colored pencils. Because they're using colored pencils, it opens you up out of that grid, and it adds some aesthetically. Just add some options that are gorgeous and also just strategically. And it's just a satisfying game to play. And that's just the first scenario. But we peeked later into the book. Not any of the cards or anything.
And there's envelopes that you need to achieve.
We did not open any envelopes.
And I didn't open any boxes. So I know I think it's dice. I mean, it sounds like dice. But I didn't even open those. I didn't have to for the photos because they didn't want any spoilers in the photos. So I like that because a lot of times I have to take them out to see what it is, to see what I need to shoot. So it'll still be a surprise for us. So that's where we've been.
So channel news. Because of this hiatus, we have decided to... Now, we do have some Kickstarter stuff that we're going to be doing. We have some reviews, and we have a few things that are time-sensitive. But we are going to be working on shooting a bunch of new playthroughs, and we are going to launch a Play the Game Season 2 this late summer, early fall. Basically what we want to do is we want to be able to, from a production side of things, have a bunch of episodes shot, edited, and ready to post before we start posting playthroughs again so that we can get on a consistent schedule so that we want that to be an episodic series where you know that whatever day, Tuesdays at 6, there's a new episode of Play the Game. We have more people coming in. We have a new... I guess a cast, kind of. Are we there that we can call them a cast? We have a new cast of characters coming in. We have some friends and some just fun people that we're bringing into the fold in that so that we can do more party games, more fun games, more strategic games, just the whole gamut so that when you see an episode come, whether it is, no matter what game it is, you know that you're going to have a good time watching it, going to get to meet some new people. And I am really excited to do those again. I have missed shooting those. It's been 3 or 4 months since we've shot a playthrough.
One of those. Yeah, I think it was our last one Among Us, or not Among Us, Among Cultists. Was that our last one?
We've done more. The the Galactic Renaissance.
Oh yeah.
And I think we may have shot a couple after that, but I'm fuzzy. We had a baby in January, so It's but yeah, so there's going to be reviews before that, but come probably September 1st in that area.
We'll have a date at some point.
We'll have a date, and we'll be promoting it as it comes up. We'll be announcing some of the games we're going to be playing, but it's going to be fun, and we want to be consistent with our content and get out of this like editing in order to post stuff.
Yeah, and what we kept hinting that we're going to be doing a Patreon and those type of things, and we don't feel like what we've been doing would qualify us to do anything with Patreon. We want, if you're going to support us through Patreon, we want to have that accountability and like something for you to look forward to. And if we can't do that without Patreon, we're not comfortable starting it. So we're doing this first. And then those that have been asking about Patreon, we will have that available. Yeah,
we want to know that we can deliver what we are promising with that. So obviously stuff happens, but we want to know that with relative confidence that we can deliver what we're committing to with the Patreon before we do that. So
this summer we're going to be filming some reviews. You're going to be editing. I'm going to be shooting some more photos.
A lot of playthroughs.
I've got to shoot. I have some photo projects that I'm going to be doing. We're also going to Gen Con, and this will be our second year going. This will be not only the first convention that our boys are going to. This is going to be this is their first convention, but we're also bringing Emma.
Yeah, the whole family is coming to Gen Con. So if you're going to be at Gen Con, let us know in the comments. We'd love to meet up with you. We'd love to see you.
I'll be running around with my camera like normal. I have got my camera that I'll be doing photos for different booths and things like that. But then I'll also be having Emma. If you want to hold the baby, let me know, because there's a few people that...
I don't know that I would put that invitation out to the internet at large.
Hold her while I take a picture really quick.
And we love you all, but don't necessarily want to put a hold the baby invitation out to...
I don't know.
I went to church and you told me to not let people hold the baby.
We'll put a mask on her. There we go. Don't breathe on the baby.
So, fun stuff. This is the major playthrough that's going to be coming out before...
Oh, you're jumping into that one.
Yeah. Before the Season 2 launch. We have Call of Duty, the board game, from Arcane Wonders. Now, we had a really rough playthrough that we shot of this at Gamma, but we now have the prototype in the studio. It's real. It's amazing. It just came in today. I cannot wait to teach Allison this game because I've only played it with Devin. But the
boys really want to, like, Jared was like, we got it in, like, at lunch, and he was like, can we play this now? And Daniel's like, hold on.
So we are going to be having a round-robin tournament with this game that we're going to be posting. It's going to be 5 or 6 episodes. They're going to be very fast-paced. We're going to do some really cool things. I think what got lost in the playthrough that we did at Gamma was how much planning actually goes into the hidden movement stuff and how much strategy there is in that. It came across as really random when it really was. There was so much trying to... and in a lot of cases, accurately predicting what the other player was going to do. So with each of those playthroughs, we're actually going to have, because the way the game plays is you do a secret planning phase, and then you play that out until you're within line of sight of the other player, and then it's a gunfight, and someone is going to lose every time there's a gunfight. So we're actually going to have each player individually step out. So if I'm playing Allison, she'll step out. I will walk through with you, the viewer, what I'm doing, what I'm planning out, what I think she's going to do. Then we'll swap, and then we'll play that out so that you will get to see our planning play out and be on the same page and kind of be in the mind of the players versus just watching what happens and kind of trusting that when I say, yeah, I thought you were going to do that, that it's not just false bravado and luck. So,
and I've not yet played, so I have the same view you guys have because I wasn't there either to even learn the game. So it looked a little bit more random than you were telling me.
It's way less random than it appears. So excited to be able to share that. So we'll do a round robin with, so that all 3 players get to play each other, and then the winner points wise will do a 1v2. We will be, I believe, one of the few places that you'll be able to see the more than 2-player setup for this. So we'll have a 3-player game, 2 versus 1, and see if the person who won can take on 2 people at a time. So really excited to put out some better, higher quality content about that, but also really excited that we were able to do what we did at Game.
You're going down.
We'll see.
You're going down.
We'll see. So now just kind of what have we been playing? You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we played. We've got some content going out on this game later.
Which game?
This one. We finally played Everdale.
Yeah, we played Everdale.
We finally played Everdale. Like, we have been new to the hobby. We've only been in the hobby really for 3 years. And so many people were like, you need to play Everdale. Oh my gosh, I haven't played Everdale. We finally played Everdale.
Yeah, it was a review copy. It was sent to us by Tabletop Tycoon. They also sent us 2 of the expansions, so we're excited to play those, but had a lot of fun with it, really enjoyed it.
I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would. The artwork is just as good as everyone told. I love the little bits and pieces. So yeah, I'm really glad we finally got to play this game.
Yeah.
We'll have more in the video that's coming out of why we played it, when we did, and what my real thoughts are and his real thoughts. Yeah. Because they differ a little bit. They do.
They do.
And you have some games over there.
Yeah, I have some games over there. No context.
Oh,
this is from Skybound Tabletop. It's just a fun party game. It's the is it Dr. Levenstein?
I think so.
Yeah, Mr. Levenstein. You recognize the comics if you've been on the internet. It's just a fun party game. You have a card. There's like 6 cards out. You're assigned one that you're trying to lead people to. You have these random cards that you just have to pick a card from the selection and place it face up or face down, red border or green border, to say this is like or not like the card that I'm trying to lead you to with no context, hence the name of the game.
Oh, there it is. Now, I will say, there are the few cards that I would say aren't necessarily family-friendly-ish that we removed. We thought we removed.
Yeah, I put them underneath the insert, and then the kids were going through. They're like, "Oh, there's cards under here," and they took them back out.
We thought we removed them. Yeah. It was okay.
They're not explicit. They're just a little.
Okay. Yeah. It was really interesting. I felt like it was like almost like a get to know the other person, or like get in the head of the other people in a way. Like I didn't. This type of game doesn't attract me, honestly, but I had a lot of fun. It was
a fun party game. Yeah, super simple to play, really easy to learn.
I'm excited to play with a few other.
Not complex at all. Excited to play with adults.
Yeah, I'd like to play with like our family.
Yeah. Now we have Cosmoctopus. This is from Lucky Duck.
Gosh.
This is from Lucky Duck. It's going to be a Gen Con release. It's an engine builder. You're trying to summon the Great Inky One.
I've never even noticed the hands.
Yeah. It has really cool, you can kind of see them on the back, like really fun 3D tentacles that you're trying to summon through your portal. Engine builder.
He's so cute.
Cool elements to it. Yeah. We'll have more on this.
It was really, I really enjoyed the game. This was the first one I played after my surgery, and I was kind of like, what are we doing? Because I was still on like painkillers.
Jared won both games that we've played.
Which is, I'm really happy for him. He has a hard time sometimes getting
somewhere in the last 2 or 3 months, we crossed the Rubicon where our kids can consistently beat us in games. Like, where it's not just like our kids are consistently beating us in games, and it's one of those proud but also
come on. Yeah, I beat them both in the game we played this morning though. We played the new game. Well, did you bring it?
I did.
Yes, Bones. I'm
Stone Spine.
But Stone Spine. I would keep wanting to say Stone Spire. Where did that come from?
I think because that's what I told you it was called.
Oh, because it is in my head that's what it's. Look, this is what I was putting because I put it away.
You did.
So it's putting right. This is the new one. I think it's going to. No, it's not going to Kickstarter.
It is.
It's going to Kickstarter
next week.
That's right, the 11th.
So we'll have a preview of this one, or review of this one coming out.
Yeah, but I beat the boys.
It's kind of Sushi Go meets. I'm trying to remember. That's because it's drafting.
Oh, okay, that part. Okay, it's a pass and draft.
Yeah.
But you're building your dungeon as 4 years, so it's 4 rounds, and you're building them in rows and then moving this way, and you have unique goals that you're trying to meet with your little card, as well as there's challenges that you get and you draft throughout the game when you pass, and it has that.
I mean, it's by Jordy Aiden. He's the designer of cartographers.
Yeah, so you've got the characters and the art and like the market feel. We'll talk more about it later, but something Jared said, he was like, I mean, because it looks like the cartographers or not cartographers, but the role player world, it fits. But it honestly could have another theme to it, and it would still play well. It was a very smooth play. We enjoyed it, but yeah, I did. Again, I beat them. I beat my boys in the game, and that is a challenge for us now at this point. Did you bring any more games?
I did. And we also have...
I don't know what he brought.
Yeah, we also have a super secret video coming out tomorrow that we can't talk about until tomorrow. But we shot that.
Oh, yes. We did shoot that
You
first.
were just here to shoot that. Like it just happened 20 minutes ago. So, I have a game that we can't talk about until the embargo lifts tomorrow, but be sure to check out the channel. Keep an eye on that, because tomorrow I have a really fun video for a new game.
Are we sharing this video today? Or tomorrow?
No, this video is going out in like an hour.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah, we talk.
We do. We also don't get much sleep, though, because we have a baby. Oh, yeah. This game's fun. Yeah,
Districtnor from Pandasaurus. It's coming out very soon. I think maybe a Gen Con release. It is a 2-player game.
It's on Board Game Arena, apparently.
Yeah.
You can play it now.
They're localizing it. So it has been available in Europe for a while. But I read the rules to it, and I was like, this doesn't seem that great.
It feels almost like a deduction, like a social deduction, or get in your like it had that feel, even though it's not social deduction, it had that feel.
So basically you have a line of cards in the middle. Everyone has 5 cards. You're trying to collect sets of cards, but on your turn you can either place a card or take the most recent 5 cards that have been placed. But you can only take cards once per round. It's played over 4 rounds. You're going to go through the entire deck. So there's a little bit of bluffing. Like, it's one of those where you can never guarantee that you're going to get a card in your hand, because you can either take or place on your turn. So if you're trying to get the cards in your hand, the other player may play them. So there's some bluffing of like putting out bad cards, trying to weigh how many bad cards you want to put in that you plan on taking. It was a lot of fun. It was surprising. Again, it was one of those, when we read the rules of it, I was like, I don't really get from just reading the rules how this is going to be enjoyable.
Yeah.
And not just kind of straightforward, but it was way more strategic than I expected it to be.
I've only won every game I've played.
Yeah. And I still enjoyed it.
Peyton beat him in that one too, right?
We each won one.
Oh, you each won one? Yep. Okay.
Then we have After Us.
Oh my gosh.
Don't do it on purpose, I promise.
I think he does, guys. I think he does.
I don't.
Okay, so this game I did photos of Districtnor as well, for Pandasaurus. After Us, I got this game out and I learned the game so I could take photos, and I was like, I can't wait to play this. Oh my gosh. I love the artwork and I love the theming, and like how you're building you have 4 cards that you line up, and the way you place them in the cells that you connect together allows you to get what resources that you get, and then you are able to buy from the market and get cards in order to have a better deck. So it's a kind of a deck builder there.
It is a deck builder.
But you're only using those cards each time. It's not like you're playing against each other. And I knew there was not going to be much player interaction, but I was actually surprised how much it didn't do what I wanted it to. Like, I wanted more from it after we played it.
Yeah,
I didn't mind it at all. I liked the game.
It was fun.
But
it was a lot of fun. I was not a huge solo game. It was a multiplayer solo game. The solo,
and I was expecting more.
Yeah, the solo version, and I need to play a couple more times. We'll do a full review on it. I really enjoyed I don't mind a multiplayer solo. It was fun enough trying to. Well, I'm showing like the back of the box. So like you can kind of see the cards have the different cells on them. If they're closed cells, you get to activate them. So on the ones where you're actually putting 2 cards together, you're trying to match those up, and you're arranging your cards to run that engine.
I liked that. Like that made me excited, because that's what I love about Furnace, is lining your cards up, not in the same cells, But having the way you set your cards out in like Furnace from Arcane Wonders that is how you are able to get the resources, and where you place them is very important.
Yeah.
So when I saw that aspect in here, I was like, ooh, I'm going to really like that, which I did.
Yeah.
But I wanted more player interaction in the game, and I'm not really sure what it was. Like, I can't really tell you. I wish that we would do this and this. Maybe have the market open face, because the market is closed.
Yeah.
Like, you can't see what is there. So when you're purchasing a card, it's like crapshoot. You don't know which one you're getting.
And they're all good. They're all very similar.
Yes.
But the market is specific types of cards, and there's 4 different types of apes that you can buy, and those different types of apes have specific strengths. So you do know kind of what you're getting, but the fact that it's a face down market means that there's no turn order. So everyone just goes, which is nice because everyone's going. You're not waiting for someone to take before you can take your card.
Well, I did actually wait quite a few times because we do rounds together.
Yeah.
We don't do turn order, but it's like, okay, I'm ready for the next round, and then everyone else is still. Yes, you do. You wait there. So I'm like, is everyone done? Yeah. And it was almost like, okay. Yeah.
And it's a race to 80 points, and there's nothing you can do to slow down the other players.
No.
So it is like it is purely you are trying to get your individual score to 80 points before someone else does. And even the single player, which seemed like, oh, this will work really well as a solo, almost added in. I played it and Jared played it, and it almost added in elements that were more cumbersome. It added an AI that felt a little unnecessary. I would have rather just played rather than play against an AI that honestly felt hamstrung halfway through the game and wasn't. And I ended the game like 96-40. And Jared was around the same. Yeah. It was kind of halfway through because of the way it's set up. We started to pull away, and it was. I would much rather
run away with it.
I'd rather have just let me play the solo, and just have if you can do it in 8 rounds, you're awesome. And if it takes 12 rounds, then try harder. Like Gajan Clever style scoring.
Yeah, I could see that.
So
if you asked me to play the game, I would definitely play it.
It's fun.
It's not a bad game at all. But I think because I got so excited about it, it didn't do what I was expecting.
We don't necessarily share the same opinion on the core game.
No, we don't.
I enjoyed the core game. Again, I wish there was a little more player interaction. It is, again, the classic example of a multiplayer solo. The only player interaction is at one point in the game, you're choosing a chip to determine what an action you can take and which type of ape you can buy. That is secret because you also have the option to spend a resource in order to use the action in the chip that someone else played also.
Yeah, I don't think I ever did that.
Yeah, so if you could see what they were playing, if it wasn't secret, then you could say, okay, Allison's playing the gorilla, I'm going to play the chimpanzee because I can still get a gorilla. Other than that is literally and even what they choose doesn't impact you. It just gives you the option to do something else. So that is literally the only player interaction in the entire game.
And culling the cards gets you points. I think I culled some really good cards to get really good. I ended up winning the game because of utilizing some of the really cool fun aspects of the game. I liked the game.
And we've only played it once.
Not saying it. Yeah,
I'm not saying I didn't like it at all. And I've played it once solo. Jared's played it once solo. So we need to play it again. Again, like you said, happy to play it. It was fun. It was an enjoyable experience. Played fairly quickly. Really smooth. Played really smooth.
It did.
It was a very smooth playing game. Very well designed game.
Yeah.
Just a little different than what we were expecting.
Yeah, definitely keeping it in our collection. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Well, this one is because we have to send this back because this is a production copy.
But we're getting it again.
Yeah.
They're sending us.
So this one will go somewhere.
This copy is going away. Yes. But the game, when it comes back to our collection, we will own the game. Yes. Yeah.
So yeah.
Is there anything else? I don't know what you stuck in there.
No, that's all I brought.
You did not just do that.
I did do that.
That's one of the game bags I got from All Play. Yep. Set that on there.
So there's a lot of fun stuff coming. Really excited to share it. Really excited to get back in.
Is we're partnering up with Game Goblins, our local store.
Oh yeah. So we're like 2 blocks away from our local game store, Game Goblins. They're an awesome store. One of the things that we want to do is to bring you, the viewer, more information, especially in areas that we are not experts on or we don't dabble in. So I know that like for most game stores, the vast majority of their revenue comes from Warhammer and from CCGs, from collectible card games like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon.
The boys do Pokemon, but we don't.
But not enough to like,
no.
They buy booster packs periodically, but not heavily into it. So when there's news around those things, we're going to be hopefully being able to bring in some experts from Game Goblins to talk about those, and also to talk about just what's hot in retail. What games do they have that need more visibility? What games are flying off the shelves? What games do you need to check out? Just to bring in a different perspective and hopefully be able to support and drive people to your local game stores, because the local game stores are awesome. So,
but Game Goblins does do online shipping as well. Is it just U.S. or is it world?
I think U.S.
Okay, U.S. shipping.
I'm not positive. But
so what games that they do have in store will have links directly to their store as well, where you can find the links that the games that they talk about. And we will as well. When they have games and we're talking about those, we will have links to that. So you will see Game Goblin links throughout the videos from here on out.
Yeah. And if there's anything that you want to see from us as a channel, any content you're interested in, please let us know. We want to make fun, entertaining content that you will watch. So, yeah, I'm excited to be back shooting again. Excited to be back shooting with you. This is a lot of fun.
We're tired. I mean, did you feel it drop?
Yeah, a little bit. So, yeah.
Our child is baby is starting to sleep through the night slowly. So our energy will be up in the next few months as she's sleeping through the night.
So yeah, thanks for watching. Excited to be back. We'll see you later.
Bye, guys. Bye.